Yeah. Good morning, good people. We are at, and I'm going to unmute. We are Learn to Earn this morning. So if you want to join us over on Zoom, go ahead and click the link at the top of the room and we are going to get started. This morning, we are going to learn to earn from Jim Allen. So I'll be muting myself in just, I'll be muting myself in just a few minutes so everyone can get logged on. Let's see here. Jim, I am going to make you moderator. I'll make you co-moderator and give you control of the screen. Got it. All right, so we are at Learn to Earn. And it looks like I'm echoing. Okay, is that better? You now have the reins.
There we go. Okay, I think I shared my screen with everybody. Hopefully everyone's seeing that. You can just give me the go when you want me to start and I will start. If you want to wait a few minutes to let more people come in, that's good too.
Okay, it looks like we can see your screen. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay. I've got people coming in. So, okay, I'm letting people in as they need to come in. Hey, everyone. Good morning. Yeah, I assume all you guys are East Coast, lucky guys, 5 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning here in Idaho. The earliest Zoom and Clubhouse I have ever done. Well, that's okay. I assume everyone here has a Google business page. Is that true? Through chat here, let's open up chat. Here we go. Okay. All right, Shiko, will you just let me know, when you want me to start, and I'll start when you want me to do that.
Oh, we are ready for you.
Oh, you are? Okay. All right. Perfect. Then let's get started here. My name is Jim Allen. I'm a notary here in Boise, Idaho. I am just like you guys, doing notary work every day. So I do loan signings, general notary work, or specialty notary work, however you want to say it. I do a little bit of apostille work and remote online notary work. So I also have a little bit of skill in Google Profile Manager. So when I was, before my notary life, I was a project manager for a marketing team. And so I was able to learn a lot about digital marketing. And part of that was with Google, what used to be called Google My Business, but now it's called Google Profile. Sorry, it's a little early. My brain's starting to get engaged here. And so with that experience, we had like 700 locations that we had to get online and onto Google Business. And so my team was tasked to do that. And we took a couple of years to get everything really going. And we also were buying stores at the same time. So we grew from like, I don't know what, we grew from about 500 to 700 stores. So we were always onboarding new stores and trying to get them on Google, and which we did successfully. And so we were really able to help the sales team kind of move the needle, because before nobody really knew us on Google. And then all of a sudden we were on Google and people were finding us for like Verizon store near me. So what I did is I just kind of took all that information, I just plunked it into my business, my notary business, and sound effects. I can do sound effects. So I just plugged all that information into what I do as a notary to kind of help build my notary business. The one thing that I noticed about a year ago was that things were going to change in my business, because I could see that loan signings were gonna go poop the other way, instead of being just money just falling out of the sky. And so I started really seriously working on my profile, because I thought, wow, this what am I going to do if I don't have a lot of loan signings? I need to diversify my my business into these different areas that we do as notaries. And the only way you can do that is just kind of digitally market. And so that's, well, that's not the only way, but that's one way for sure that we can improve our business as notaries. So, I was on Clubhouse and people were saying goofy things about what they do with their Google business profiles. Like, no, guys, don't do it that way. This is how you should do it. And so eventually that led to many people asking, well, don't you do a class? I said, no. And then I finally did one. And so about 250 students later, here I am. I'm teaching Google on a pretty regular basis to notaries and quite honestly to real estate agents too. So anyway, I want to thank everyone for being here. And Jessica, thank you for so much for inviting me to this. Oh, now I'm getting feedback. There we go. So anyway, I thought, well, what should we do this morning? Let's talk about Google Posts. I think it's one of the most underutilized pieces of your Google business profile, and it's something that if you are you should like fully optimize your Google business profile. That's just, you got to do it right, and that's the class that I teach. I teach you how to. I go through every piece of the platform and give you the why on all the pieces and parts of the Google business profile. But today I thought, well, okay, let's do this. Let's show you something. Let's show you something about your profile that you could do today and make a difference for tomorrow. So the number one thing really is making sure your profile is optimized fully. And the second thing is to add content like, well, there's lots of things that you can do. Photos, you can do reviews, you can do Google Posts. So I thought, well, let's show people how to do Google Posts. So that's what we're going to do this morning. And then just as an exercise here, I'm going to do this completely off the cuff. I have another class that I do. I teach, and it's just content creation. And so it's totally off the cuff. I don't come pre-prepared with anything because I want to show people, hey, if I can do this off the cuff, creating content, so can you. So, so that's what we're going to do this morning. So on Google Posts, if you see looking at my screen here, and you are in your business profile manager up here, you would just have to go to Post, which is right here underneath Home. And that's going to bring you into, okay, thank you. I'll let you control the board here. So what you do is you come into Posts here, and you can see right now, if you don't or have never done a post on your profile manager, you're going to have something here that says like do your first post or something. It'll be blank screen. But of course, if you have, you're going to see something similar to like what I have here. You're going to see a post. So the first couple things I want to show you, a few posts that I've done, kind of explain what I do. And then we can get into, and I want you to start thinking, what's kind of posts that you want to do? And I want to see some chat in here. Like, I want to do a post about apostille, or I want to do a post about some sort of general notary work. So get to thinking about that. And as you think about it, throw it into the chat, and we'll do a post on something that someone throws out. So some of the important elements of a post, as you can see right here, the most important thing, well, there's two important things, right? The photo and the content. So the photo is what really kind of drives that emotional reason why people are going to look at your content in the first place. So if they see something that like, oh, looks like something that I want or I need, then they're more likely to kind of read this content. So if you look at this one here, now you don't have to have text overlay. It doesn't have to be fancy, anything like that. All you need is a photo that relates to the content that you're talking about. So for example, this one here, I'm experimenting with this one to see if it catches anything. of course, we all want escrow officers to call us for, some sort of loan signing, either a purchase, a sale, a refinance, whatever it might be. Those are the best, one of the best ones you can get because they pay the most. Now, there might be other things that, like working with attorneys or whatever you want to do with trust documents, that you can do pretty well with too, but I'm just throwing this out here. So I just created this graphic with a little bit of text overlay, a faded background with a house and this nice young lady here talking on the phone, and then created some text, put in some links and a button down here. And we're going to go over that a little bit more here in a bit, but just to give you another view on some other posts that I've done, like for apostille. And then we have, for some reason, this did not come out exactly like I wanted it, but this is for real estate transactions, power of attorneys. Then we have just a general notary work kind of post. And some of the things you're seeing right now that I think are important is, you see how I've kind of broken up my content into paragraphs or into sections. It's really important that if you're doing these posts and you have content, you need to break up the content so people will read it. A lot of times I'll see people posting on here and they have one big nasty paragraph and nobody reads those big paragraphs. And sometimes people don't have enough content in it. So there's just like this, there's a place there where you're gonna kind of play with a happy medium. Sometimes, I don't know, sometimes I think, yeah, this might be a little too much content for people to read. But again, I'm looking for like how many times people are gonna view it and how many clicks I get off of it. So sometimes this is just an experiment. You just have to experiment around with it. And so I think this is probably a little more reasonable content here, where it's like, let's get right to the point and tell people what we do. And this one here too, like assisted living facilities. That is, of course, the photo translates pretty well. And then we have, sorry, oops. And then we have just content below it. So, and you're going to start to see here where it's starting to gain some views. So this is the interesting part, is that if you're in a really highly populated area and you're up in the 3-pack, you could probably get a lot more views than I get. I'm in a rural area. So although the Boise Meridian area here, there is quite a few people here for Idaho, but not like if you're in LA or some sort of metropolitan area. So you might have more chances of getting in front of more people. Okay, so you kind of see what I'm doing here. Now, the other part of this, let's learn how to put one together, is if you've never done one, there'll be a little button there you can push to do your first one. The second one I place here is this little blue button down here, down at the bottom right. We can just click on that. And then this will pop up a window that gives us the ability to create a post. This has several different post styles that you can choose from. Like up across the top here, you can see that you could do a COVID-19 update, some sort of offer. You can do a what's new, and then event. And then there's also a place for product. So if you wanted to put in a product, you can do that. But for this training, we're just going to go, well, let's do a what's new, because that's about 90% of what I use is the what's new post. Now, if you do have an event going on, say like you're doing something, you're doing some sort of business event for, maybe like this, you're doing a free notarization down at an assisted living facility or a senior center or something, or I don't know, it could be anything. You could do your event. Or if you're like 10% off veterans, you could do an offer. right? So you could get really creative with this. There's a ton of other things that you can do here, but those are just some ideas. So, but for today, we're just going to do a what's new post. And then we're going to add a photo, we're going to write a post, and then we're going to add some sort of call to action button in here to post. So let's find out from the audience. You guys have any ideas about what you want to do as a post? Anyone interested in that? Oh, Jeff Clark is in the house. Jeff, you are up early this morning. He's up earlier than I am. Okay, Jeff says, I've found that offer posts get more views. That is awesome. Yeah, that's good to kind of mess around with those. So yeah. How to delete old posts? Okay, there's some good questions here, Kim. How do you get to the business profile page? That's a good question. Let's do that real quick. So let's go back out to like I use Chrome. So on Chrome, you need to be logged into the email address you use to create your profile. So for me, here I am. I use this email address right here. I'm logged in. So the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to click on those 9 dots up at the top, and you're just going to open up that little menu, and then you're going to see this little blue house. Little blue house is going to take you to this page, your businesses. I help a number of people on their profiles, so you see a bunch of them here. But when you see yours, you can just click on your business, and it's going to take you to your business profile manager. And then, does that make sense to you, Kim? And then I guess your next question here, Kim, is also how do you delete an old post? Let's go to your post section, and we'll just pick one here, and I'll show you as soon as it loads up. Oh my, it's a little slow this morning. Okay, so now we're going to go to posts where we're at right now, and then you just scroll down to where it says these little 3 dots, and then you just hit delete, and that will delete your post. Okay. Yeah, that is a good question. Thank you for asking that. So you guys, I'm just following chat. There's some questions going on in chat there that I'm trying to answer. All right, so does anyone have any ideas of what kind of posts they would like to do? No, nobody has any ideas. Okay, well then I'm gonna just do a post real quick, kind of walk you through how to do a post and do a apostille. Okay, fair enough. Apostille. So first of all, I'm going to open up Canva here. And remember, the first thing about doing a post is getting a good photo, right? So we want something that relates to apostille work. And so we're going to open this up. And maybe just for time purposes, I'm going to find one that we've already done. Let's see here. And we did this in a class that I did, and everyone seemed like, oh, this is a good photo. I like this. Let's see. Oh, there it was. You can see people are playing in this. Where was it? Oh, it was right here. So this one right here, this image, and just asking, do you really need to delete posts for any reason? No, I don't think so. I wouldn't. I'd leave them up. If you make a mistake and you're like, oh, I don't want to do that, then get rid of it. You could do that. Okay, so if you're in whatever you use for your graphics software, let's go ahead and grab this one. So let's go share. Let's download this. And we're going to download a JPEG. And then we're going to come in here and we're just going to choose number 80, which you can see I play around with this quite a lot. And to let you know, this size, oops, hang on a second. Okay, we're going to download this. We're going to put this into here. Apostille. All right, we've got that done. Now we're going to go back and we're going to start our post. So we're going to hit that little blue button. Then we're going to go to what's new. We're going to add photos. And we're going to select the photo and we're going to go find it wherever we put it, which was, I know where it was. So Drive, my drives. Got to get there, get to my content folder, Google Posts. And I think I put that under that one right there. There it is. So we found it. We're going to open it and we're just going to load it in to the first part of the post. So we've got that. Now you can use the little cropping tool. So if you wanted to crop that guy in some way, you could do that. Hit upload photo. We're good there now. The first part of the post is we're going to go ahead and grab that corner just to make it a little bit bigger. And what I do, I start off with a headline. And this headline is going to be a apostille, Boise, Idaho. And I do that just, it's kind of like a keyword headline. So when someone sees this post on their phone, they're going to see a little snippet, and that's going to be kind of the first little words that they're going to see on the post. And then they can click on, like, it'll expand it out so they'll see the rest of the content. Also, it's kind of Google friendly. That kind of tells Google what the post is going to be about. So here, and then I'm going to grab, hang on a second, guys. I got to grab something. All right, be patient with me for just a second. I'm opening up something on my other screen here, kind of help us move along with this post. As soon as I'm done with this, then I'll take some Q&A and answer some questions. So, okay, we've got that part done. So the other part that I always add in, I try to ask a question about what people are reading about. I was like, well, let's like something like this. We could put this in here. So are you traveling to a foreign country to get married, to buy property, or to do business? I mean, that's usually why people are getting apostille, is to do that. So that's just kind of like, if someone's reading this, they're like, yeah, that's what I need to do. I'm getting married. I'm going to be buying property, or I have some business to do overseas. So, okay. So we have that. And then let's go ahead and add this next section here, which is going to add some more to this. So we're going to say, hey, you might need a legal document to receive an apostille to be accepted by a receiving country or an entity, right? So that's true. And the procedures can be confusing and tedious. I can help make these documents or get these documents processed, in many cases expedited. So I'm just trying to tell people, I have the expertise to do this and I can make it faster for you. And then we're going to throw in, hey, this is some of the documents that we do. So we'll throw this in here real quick. Boom, put this in here. All right, so we've kind of worked out our post here by asking a question, giving a little bit more information about apostille, apostille for Jeff, and then giving some examples of the types of documents that someone might want. Now, these documents are just not random. There's a reason why I bring these documents in here or list these documents on the post, because for me, these are probably the most requested documents so far that I've recognized. And I think many of you would probably agree, if you do apostille work, is that, birth certificates, marriage certificates, death certificates, divorce decrees, single status affidavits, background checks, power of attorneys, all those are really popular documents. And those are probably going to light the fire in someone's mind. It's like, oh yeah, that's what I need. They're talking about that, right? So they must know what they're doing. So I'm trying to elicit some trust here that the company knows what they're doing. And then we're always going to add some sort of call to action. I'm going to kind of tie it up here though with, Idaho Notary stands ready to serve as your trusted apostille agent. And then I'm going to always add some sort of call to action. So here, never forget this, guys. You always have to tell people what to do. And if you don't, they may not do anything, but you just stand a greater chance of getting them to click something just by putting this: call to book your appointment today. Okay, so I just told them to call to book their appointment. So I'm going to just simply go down here, and then this is the other part. I see a lot of things that people don't do in their posts, and they don't use these buttons here. Come on, guys, this is really important. Do something here. So for example, if you wanted to redirect them to a booking site that you have, say like you have a Calendly or you have Acuity or you have some sort of booking feature on your website, you could always use that URL to that booking feature, and you could put it right here. The other thing you can do is like learn more is a popular call to action button. So maybe you want to redirect them to your website or a blog post or a particular product landing page. Say like you built out a landing page, especially for people who are interested in apostille work, right? So you'd build this out, and then you can link to that. So let's just find something on my website here that might work well. So here's my website. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to find, I do have a landing page that is getting built, but it's not done yet. So we're just going to go to a blog. And I'm going to find, I know I have here we go. I have a blog that I created for apostille facilitation. I'm just going to grab this link, and I'm going to send that link over here right underneath there. And I'm going to just copy and paste it into this area here. I'm not going to use book. I'm going to use learn more. So there we go. Now, the next thing that we're going to do, we could preview it and we could kind of take a look and see, okay, are we happy with that? Looks pretty good. Oh, hey, there's one other piece here I failed to mention. It's like, see these little check marks here? It's like, where do you get those? Well, that's glad you asked. I'm glad I remembered. So you can go over to emojipedia.org, or you can just type in copy, let's see, emoji, copy paste, like that's a popular search term, I guess. And you could use any of these little sites, right? So we could just click on there. Let's do this. Let's go. Let's find a check mark. Okay, then we got a check mark, and now we can find, oops, well, that's not a check mark. What, just the check. What the heck? Why is it? What am I doing here? Why is that finding it? All right. How to demonstrate on Zoom and fail. So, okay, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, folks. Give me a break. Yeah, Jeff, help me out here, dude. You're earlier than I am. What is this called? How about a bullet point? Let's see if it would come up with anything. What the heck? Why doesn't it come up? All right. Let's do check. I don't know why this is not showing up. Okay, that is really, I don't know if it's because my brain's not working at 3 o'clock in the morning or what's going on, but this really bothers me now. All right, if you were to able to find a check mark, hard hands. Look at this, not even showing up. Something's goofy with this. That is really weird. Okay, anyway, please trust me on this, but you can go in and you can find these different emojis. So like smiley faces, we can go in here and we can copy this a little emoji, and then and honestly, there are check marks here. Not sure why they're not showing up, but you could go back to our post and let's say like we want to go back and do a little edit, and I want to put a little smiley face at the end of this. I use emojis sparingly and appropriately. Like you don't want to load your post up with a bunch of annoying emojis, maybe a few that like it will elicit that emotion. So we could do that. Now we're there. We have completed our post. So the last thing to do here, guys, is to actually publish it. So once you've gone through and done all of your edits and you're like, okay, I got it, I like it, then we can just go ahead and hit publish. That publishes the post on your Google Business profile. And then, you know, here soon people will start to see that once it gets posted. All right, there it is. So we can also share this post right down at the bottom here. It says share post. And you can share this to these different links. Maybe what I would do is I would just grab this link here and then just share it on your social media, say like LinkedIn or your business Facebook page. You could go do that. Or the other thing that you could do, I know LinkedIn, instead of grabbing the link, which I do grab the link, but I just go ahead and take the content and the photo and I just repost it into LinkedIn. And then I add this link so people can click on the link to go to the post. So I don't know if that makes sense, but it just shows up a little bit better than just posting a link into your LinkedIn profile. So that's how you do a post. And you're like, well, how often should I do these posts? And doing a post at least at the minimum once a week, you should be doing a post. And then really optimally, you should be doing 2 to 3 posts a week. So if you're doing 2, what I do is I do one on Sunday and on Wednesday. And that would be the cadence that I would go in. If you're doing 3, just put a couple days in between each one. Some people will do 1 every day. If you've got enough content to do 1 every day, then go for it and create that content. I get calls off of this. So I'll do like an apostille post, and the next day or next few days, I'll start getting calls on this. Now it's not like I'm not want to say that I'm getting flooded with calls, but when you start getting calls for things that you posted about, it's like, hey, where did you see about this? And they'll say Google. And so they probably found this on there because you posted something. And they don't know really what they're looking at, but all they know is they found something about apostille work that you do. So guys, that is how you do a post. That's how I do them. And I've found some pretty good success with them. The important thing is consistency. Don't go 1 week and do a post and not do a post for the next month. It's useless. But if you consistently are posting to Google, it will eventually start to work out for you. This is a long-term play. This isn't short-term. You've got to have consistency on Google, and once Google kind of recognizes that, hey, you're starting to get some traction on this, this is going to help rank you up, right? I would say that posts aren't the only thing that you have to do at all to get ranked up. No, I mean, there's lots of pieces and parts. You got photos, you got reviews, you got posts. So you have to approach this in a holistic manner. Is like, I have to do all of this on a consistent basis to get the kind of results, long-term results that I need. So anyway, that's how we do posts, guys. Is there any questions that people have for me that they want to ask? And I'm open to any questions about Google, so feel free to ask. Or are you all asleep?
You know what? I have a thank you for everything this morning, Jim. If you have any questions, do you mind, Jim, if we go ahead and let people unmute? I think they've been asking in the chat, but do you mind if they go ahead and unmute?
Oh yeah.
Ask any additional questions?
Of course, yeah, just go for it. Yeah, this is ask your question time, free for all. Do you make, okay, here we go. So do you use the actual hashtag sign or just type the keyword? Yeah, I just do the keyword. I don't use a hashtag on these. And then do you make offer posts? Sometimes, yes. And you know what, Jeff made a really good point. He found that doing offer posts actually got more views. So that might be true. I mean, it sounds like it's true for him. I have done a few offer posts, and let me see if I can find those for you real quick. And Shika, is there something else you would like me to go over? And I'm like totally open to whatever. Let's see here. Let's go to, oh, I know where I want. Here's what I want to do. Let's see if I can find, I think I've got some offer posts here. I'm going to just do search. Hang on a second. Oh, this is taking me into the edit mode for that. You know what? I think my offer posts have expired. And I think that's just recently expired, in fact. So I need to add another offer post to my profile. So it's a good thing we did this morning. Let's copy this link and just go out to here. Let's see. Yep, it has expired. Now you can see that my post is being displayed down here along with all the other posts that I've done. So offer post, yes, I would do one. In fact, I'm going to do that as soon as I'm done here today. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put out an offer for doing notary work in general. So it's not like I'm discounting anything. It's just another little post that will show up in my profile. So that's a very good point. If you're new to Google Business, how soon do you recommend using Google? I recommend that you use, that's a great question. You need to have a Google profile now. Start optimizing a profile now, because the longer that you're on Google, the more what they call prominence you're going to have, right? So new profiles are usually set to the bottom. As they become more popular, they start to rank up because they're more relevant in search and they gain prominence. So the sooner you start, the better it is for you. Okay, and then I still use the Google My Business app to request reviews. Can't find it via Google Maps when I go there. Well, okay, yeah, I would grab that. There's a little URL for your reviews when you ask for reviews. If you go right down here and you go to review, oops, sorry, I lied. If you go to home, you're going to find the review link here. So where it says get more reviews, share review, and there it is. I would use that link right there. So grab that link and then send it to you in an email, use it on your phone, create a little script asking for reviews. That's always a great way to go do that. Do I run paid ads? Yes, I do. I'll say this though, don't run paid ads if you don't have an optimized profile, right? If you're running ads and running those people to your Google business profile and it's not fully optimized, they're not going to have a really good experience. So you want to make sure that is fully optimized. Probably should have a really good website to support it. So yeah, that's important too. Let's see here. You have some great images. Do you get all your images from Canva? I rarely find great images. Yeah, a lot of my images do come from Canva, and I also use images that I have got myself. So for example, if you're looking at this image, of course, I pulled from Canva. This is one I created from Canva using several different images. Same way with this. This is actually a house that it's in my neighborhood, and I took a photo of it. And then, yeah, you can guess it. This looks like a stock image. This image here, let's fix this. This is annoying me. Let's go to edit. The reason I want to edit this is because I don't like how it's positioned. So I'm just going to fix this here. And then I'm going to upload photo. And then this is going to hit publish. This is a photo that I had my wife do for me. She was just a mock photo. These are important to do. Is like do mock photos of yourself doing things that like this one here, meeting somebody at the door, right? This is my son here. I'm just met him at his house. And so my wife took this photo. It's like nobody else needs to know that, right? But there are a lot of great images. If you have the pro version of Canva, there's a lot of great images you can use. Someone's asking me, what is my daily budget for paid ads? They can get costly. Yes, they can. So you want to make sure, you always want to make sure you're optimized on your Google ads, and also have a great website, and also have a fully optimized profile. So right now my budget is between $13 and $15 a day. So that runs me about $350 a month. And how well does it do? That I think it's doing okay. There's some more optimizations that I need to do to my Google ads to drive it a little better. The one thing that I think that would help is having specific landing pages for Google ads, so that you're kind of funneling these people into a very specific page. And I think that would be a good benefit. Okay. All right. Any other questions out there? Well, let's come up with, man, 50 minutes have rolled by really quick. And I appreciate everybody coming on the call and watching me at 3 o'clock in the morning in Boise, Idaho, explain a Google post. Actually, I feel pretty good. Maybe I'll stay up. Fat chance. I'm going to go back to bed here soon. So would you use an actual hashtag sign or just type in keywords? Yeah, that's true. I don't use hashtag. I just put in the keyword. And that's I just use that for the headline. I just want Google to know. I want to rank for this keyword actually. This keyword, mobile notary Boise, is a keyword that I want to own in my local area. I'm getting close to it. So it's just kind of supporting that effort to get there. So I would, if I were you, like I would use this kind of schema is like mobile notary and your town name. So that kind of supports your keywords. Remember, I mean, we want you to win in certain keyword searches, right? So mobile notary is important, notary is important, mobile notary in your town name, traveling notary in your town name. You got to think about how people are looking for you. I have found that when you start ranking, at least me, when I start ranking well for mobile notary and then the town name, I actually am starting to get calls, a lot of calls from escrow officers that are out of state. It was kind of I didn't realize that how escrow officers quite searched for me to find me, but they use mobile notary and then the town name, and that's how they're going to find you. So if you're wanting to, get more escrow officer business, that is one way to do it. I get a couple of calls a week, so that kind of helps with my, getting those top quality leads. That mobile notary Boise, when an escrow officer calls, it's worth, anywhere from 175 to 250 when they decide to go with me. So all right, is Google Suite needed? No, you can just use like your Gmail address. Is that what you mean, Marcy? So if you have a my name at google.com, or I'm sorry, my name at gmail.com, you can do that. Actually, that's what I have. I just bought a domain and then I bought the Google Suite. So it's like, what is it, like $6 a month? I use that. And then I have my Idaho Notary Signing Agent.com domain. Do you recommend adding fees to posts? I'm going to say wear your own shoes on that question. Is like experiment with it. I do not put fees in my posts. I'm not price oriented when it comes to my business. I mean, of course, people are going to ask me what my fees are, right? But that's not my focus. I'm not in it as I'm not trying to win price. I'm trying to win business based upon the quality of work that I do and the kind of work that I do. What do you think, Melanie? Give me some feedback. Okay, yeah, good. I know people are tempted to put prices in there, but you know what? I don't want people to go, oh, that's too expensive, or that's too cheap, or I want people to call me to say, hey, what is it going to cost me for you to do this? And so even on the phone, I'm like delaying that answer as long as I can, because I'm trying to get these people engaged in with me and to trust me. So it's like, oh, okay, well, they'll ask me, well, Jim, what's your price? And I say, oh, well, let's talk about that. Well, where are you located? And they give me kind of the idea where they're located. When do you need me? Tell me when. And then what kind of document are we notarizing? How many signatures? So by asking all these questions, I'm getting them involved with me, and then I give them my price. So I never give people a price just boom right off the bat. So I try not to. Do you suggest watermarking your pictures that are owned by you? I'd say no, because I don't do it. I mean, who wants to use this picture of me? I don't know. Here, I don't think it's necessary. Here's a photo I used of our Ada County Sheriff's Office. So let's see, what would be one that I would think about? There's one, like this is a picture of St. Luke's downtown Boise. Nah, I'm not taking photos of anything that is going to be something that people are going to steal from me. And if they do, I don't know if I care. Does anyone have a differing opinion on that? Okay, so some people put fees in their sites. Well, that's why I say, Melanie, that in your chat here, you want people to call, but when researching my competition, I've noticed that some people have fees posted on their site. Well, I would say experiment with it. I don't do it that way. I'll never advertise price. I will maybe advertise a discount, but I'll never advertise price. Well, and the reason I do that, because I feel like I'm probably the more expensive notary in my area. So, you know, the other notaries will charge $40 for what I charge $75 for. And so that's just, yeah. Where do you add your keywords? Well, here's the deal with keywords is that you don't want to do what they call keyword stuffing, and you don't want to just, oh, how do you say that? You don't want to keyword stuff your content. You want to use natural language, right? In your content. And in that natural language, which means like, I'm just typing about apostille. I'm just typing about services I offer for local hospitals or assisted living facilities, right? So I would just put that in there. And I'm going to write about that. So naturally, there's going to be some keywords in that content. Like here, for example, like this one talks about, this is the local hospital. I put mobile notary Boise because people are looking for a mobile notary to come to the hospital. Are you in the hospital and need to have a document notarized, but there is no notary on staff? So I just go through and I start talking. I'm using words, hospital, notary in my conversation in this text, in this content, which is just also just naturally has those keywords in it. So, but what you can do is, like, if you have a keyword that you want to rank for, is that you can start creating content around that keyword, right? And then that will help also rank you up. Oh, great. I'm glad you're finding that yeah, great. I'm glad you're finding the topic useful here, Kim. All right. And the other thing, Linda, about where do you add your keywords? Okay, if you are engaging with a web developer, that's something you need to have a talk with them about. You need to say, hey, I need to rank for certain keywords, and this website is about this, right? So the only reason that, in my estimation, that you should have a website is to draw traffic and to support your Google business profile. Those two work really nice together. And so you should have the objective with your developer. I want to create traffic and leads for my notary business. And then he will probably do some keyword searching and find out, oh, hey, notary near me, mobile notary your town are really great keywords that you want to rank for. So we need to create content and a web page based upon this idea, right? So have that in mind. Okay, and Jess says, I'm going to try to use price and say as low as dollar amount. So I'll let you know. This is for your fingerprinting business. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. That could be a good hook, right? As low as $49.99. And that you see that kind of advertising model used a lot. I've not used it, but you see a lot of businesses doing that. It's kind of a hook to get people in there, like, oh, that's not a bad price. It's got to be careful about that you don't disappoint people that, oh, that $49 is for something that most people don't use, you know. So like, oh, but that's like Judy Lawrence says, that's wearing your own shoes. You know, make your own decisions on how you're going to do that. I always say experiment, see what it does, and then move from there. If it does great for you, keep with the theme until it doesn't. Mark.
All
Yes.
right, good people. I am not at my usual workstation this morning because I had surgery, so I had to bring my office to a different part of the house. So my camera looks crazy right now because it's not hooked to my computer. So forgive me, I'm not finding that location. I'm kind of sitting in a corner of my dining room right now. But Jim, thank you for getting up at 3 a.m. You are my MVP. I wasn't expecting you to take the challenge.
I did it though.
And it looks like you are scheduled with Star over in Super Notary Moms to do the full actual class. Today was just a snippet of what you have the ability to do. So anyone who's on the Zoom this morning, if you have not signed up to be a part of Jim's full class with Super Notary Moms, go ahead and make sure you check them out. I'm not exactly sure, Jim, if you want to, you or Star, both of you are in the room today. If you want to go ahead and put that class link in the chat there. I know this was like a hyper tutorial. So if you actually want to get more detail, more in depth, please make sure you join their class that's coming up with Super Notary Moms. And you do not have to be a mom. You do not have to be a woman, actually. And so that is a lot of information we learned today. And there's more to come. So go ahead and make sure you click that link, join the class. Jim, 3 a.m. It's hard for some people to be in this Zoom, in this chat room on Clubhouse at 5 a.m. And we're here Monday through Friday. So for you to do it like in a turnaround, because you were on Clubhouse last night. So did you get any sleep?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm good though. I'm good.
Awesome, awesome. So I think everyone got their questions answered. If not, the best way to get them answered is to go ahead and make sure you participate in that class that's coming up. But at this time, we're going to go ahead and close down, shut down. No, we're not talking about business credit this morning. I think Jim gave us a lot of brain knowledge this morning. So thank you all. I'm going to go ahead and close the room. Have a good day, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Appreciate everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.